Chapter 10. The Immortal Soul. The departure of the soul atom from the bosom of divinity is a radiation from the life of the great All, who expends his strength in order that he may grow again and live by its return. God thereby acquires a new vital force provided by all the transformations that the soul atom has undergone. Its return is the final reward. Such is the secret of the evolution of the great being and of the supreme soul. Book of Petrus. All sacred literature suggests that the soul has to attain immortality through its experiences in various grades and orders of matter, and that throughout the long pilgrimage of the planetary system, ample opportunity is provided for the fulfillment of such a destiny. There's much ignorance among men concerning the purpose of life on this earth, for that purpose cannot be discovered by man until he knows himself, in spite of considerable evidence to the contrary. The majority of humanity believe in some harmonious purpose and the possibility of spiritual happiness, could they but find it. They feel instinctively that strength, wisdom, and power may be their inheritance someday if they succeed in overcoming the tendencies in themselves that stand in the way. They admit that freedom from the bondage of ignorance may be gained through self-conscious effort, wisely directed. Few would deny that if unselfishness replaced selfishness in human affairs, even without any violent change in the existing social machinery, much of the disease that afflicts humanity would disappear. Simple as this statement may appear, its application would imply wisdom and power which few possess. True philosophy teaches that man is related to a psychic, mental, and spiritual world in addition to the physical. But until he enters into conscious relationship with these worlds, he is content to accept the statement on authority, and remains ignorant of the use of the powers of his complex being. He continues to be the servant of the senses. This would be in order if man were merely an animal, but the keenness of his senses depends upon a center of consciousness, which he identifies as the I, as this differentiates him from all other animals. When man learns to control and use his senses wisely, he will enter upon that path which leads to his full inheritance. The mystery within man passing out through the world of his limited consciousness has its source in a region of the universe unknown to his mind. If he understood it, he would have a record of his past. He would understand the present and hold the key to the future. He came out of the invisible realms and passes in his journey through the visible worlds of form on his return to the invisible. This is his daily cycle, as it is the larger cycle of his life. In and out he passes through the gates of sleeping and waking, of life and death in every environment, in every world, finding experience for the soul. The purpose of this coming and going is to attain knowledge of that larger self in which he no longer acts from personal desire, but does all to the glory of God. The divine concerns of the Father self, of which he is now conscious, become his daily interest. The conscious soul is the witness of the two states of birth and death. At every birth in form, the soul of man enters into its inheritance and finds itself endowed with hereditary treasure. The body is its kingdom, the senses, its ministers. It contains within itself a library of magic, a horoscope of future. It has the capacity to extract from the earth the nectar of the gods, raise animal elements into human and human into divine. What the wise man does not find holy, he makes holy, and in that secret of creating lies all the mysteries of godliness. The soul realizes its own power in silence. I speak of that silence which is the ease of the soul, in which the seed is born to inherit the earth, and in which the mystery of life is alone understood. It is Plotinus who writes on this matter. If the soul were to inquire of nature, wherefore dost thou bring forth creatures?